Morning, Spurs fans. Well, this is Peter Christie for sportsforsports.co.uk, and guess what? We're back at Wembley. Now, most fans wouldn't have believed it, but as you know, last year, previous season, I were doing a few video reports, and I suggested that the Spurs stadium wouldn't be ready. There was just too much to do, and lo and behold, that's exactly what's happened. So Spurs will now be playing the first few games at Wembley. Now, according to the FA rules, a team has to be playing at their ground for the season. So halfway into the season, which will be around about November or December, Spurs have got to make a decision as to whether they're going to be back at White Hart Lane or not. Otherwise, they'll have to continue to play at Wembley, and they'll have to let the FA know. Now, as a lot of supporters know, it's been a bit of a debacle with what's been going on, and Daniel Levy sent out, well, obviously not himself, but all the new prices came out, and obviously the members and supporters of Tottenham have managed to buy their tickets. Now, obviously with a new stadium, it's much more expensive. So Spurs supporters have paid quite a hefty price up front now. Now, obviously, the price of the Tottenham tickets are more expensive than Wembley. So what are Spurs going to do? Because if Spurs now are going to be playing at Wembley for quite a few games, if not the whole season, what are Tottenham going to do about refunding the difference between the cost of the tickets between White Hart Lane and Wembley? Now, this week, Daniel Levy said that he was going to return for every game that were at Wembley 1/19th of the price. Now, is that going to be 1/19th of the price of the season ticket you've paid for White Hart Lane, or is it going to be 1/19th of the price of a seat at Wembley? So this morning I'm going along to a cafe local here to Wembley. I'm going to be sitting down with quite a few Spurs supporters. We're going to try and ascertain what's going on, and then we're off to see the game. They had a good win last week away to Newcastle, first game. Seems like we're always playing Newcastle at the beginning of each season, and mostly away. They had pretty much good control for the first half, but come the second half, they allowed Newcastle to come back at them quite a bit, so they put them under a bit of pressure. Let's hope that they've learnt from that. They put out a strong team today to face Fulham. We've got a pretty good record against Fulham, so the kickoff is at 3 o'clock today, and I'm on my way to the game. So I hope everybody enjoys themselves, and we see some positive approach from Spurs. We all know as well that Spurs is the only team in 19 years that the Premiership's been going. I think it's 19 years now. Yeah, 19 years, so someone said, that a Premiership team has not dipped into their pockets to buy any players. I find that quite astonishing, as I'm sure most of you do. But obviously, they've got to pay for this stadium. It's costing a lot. Quotes have been around about £850 million. Who knows? It could even be more. It could almost end up being £1 billion. My views are that at some point they are going to sell the club. That's what I believe. So they're gearing up to have it valued at a big price. All right, guys. So I will come back to you at some point and let you know what's going on. Hope you have a great weekend. This is Peter Christie for sportsforsports.co.uk, signing off.